See, yesterday, we were learning about functions in Python. What is a function we saw? Two or three very simple exercises we saw on function, right? Now today, I am going to discuss about module in Python. Now, actually, these two topics are related. So we should not say that we have changed the topic. We have stopped learning function and now we are learning module. It's not like that. But let's concentrate. What is module in Python? See, first sentence that I would like to give you about what, if somebody asks you, what do you mean by module? So your first reply, should be any Python file with .py extension. .py extension is called module. Oh, is it so simple? Yes. Now you all know, since day one, we have been typing programs in Python and we saved those programs on our hard disk. And what was the extension given to our each and every program? .py. That was the extension. Correct? What it means is, whatever we have created till now, is a module. We have created so many modules already in Python. Because read the definition, any Python file with .py extension is called module. So if we have created so many modules already, what is left then to learn in this? See, concerned with this module chapter, there is one very important word, import. I am sure you have seen this word earlier. Import is related to module because we import a module. What do you import? You import a module. We import a module in our program. Best way to learn module, is to create a module. Now, do you know that there is a module already? There is a built-in module. Built-in module called math. Yes, you know this. Math module. Because we have number of times written import math like that. Correct? What are we doing? We are importing that module in our program. But this math module is built-in. I'm sorry for the spelling here. Built-in. Because it is given by Python. We did not create this module. Python created it. And we are importing it. The question is, can we create our own module and then import it? Correct. The question to the first part, the answer to the first part of the question is already given. You should shout at my question and say, sir, what are you asking? We have already created so many modules because every .py file is a module. So where does the question of this part come? Can we create our own module? We have created so many modules because we have created so many files with .py extension, correct? But the second part of that is, can we import it? Like we import math. Can we import our own module? Okay. So these questions we will address. And trust me, after seeing this, you will understand import statement and module in and out. Okay, ready everyone? Okay, I'm changing the page. The topic is then how to create our own module. Okay, it is also known as user defined module. User defined module, not built-in module. Built-in module is given by Python. Okay, step one. Or let's not write steps. What you do? Create a new .py file. That is Python file as follows. Imagine this is .py file. In this, let us write some lines like def addition x comma y colon return x plus y. Let's write one more def subtraction x comma y colon return x minus y. And let us name this entire file as my module.py. That's the name of the file. Look at the file. Take your own time. What is that file containing? Two functions. Yesterday we saw, day before yesterday. Anything defined by def is a function. So we have defined a function called addition. Addition has two parameters. Yes, parameters, x comma y. Then colon is there at the end. You note this colon. And the function is having only one line. Return x plus y. So whatever you pass to the function, two values you will pass. And the function will return their addition. Similarly, in the same file, we are having second function subtraction, which is again having two parameters, x comma y. So you will again pass two values to subtraction, and subtraction will return their difference, x minus y. Okay. Now I ask you a question and keep the answer with you. Don't reply on chat. My question is this program runnable? What I mean is, are we ready to run this program? Because you know, any Python file can be executed by hitting run button. Is this program runnable? Can we run it? Okay. The answer is no. If we run this program, you know, nothing will happen. Error also won't be shown. There won't be any error, but nothing will happen. Because when we were learning functions, we have seen that functions do not run on their own. You need some code after the function. You need some code which is known as main code, which will call the function. For example, if I write z is equal to addition 2 comma 3, then this is called to that addition function. 2 and 3 is passed to x and y, and the function returns 5. 5 is returned at the call, then z will become 5. So unless you call the function, functions can't run. And just observe, in this program or in this file, you know, we have not written any main part. We have defined only functions. So what happens really when you run this program? You ask Python, run this, then Python will always search for the main code from where the execution should start, because functions cannot run directly, but there is no main code. There is no driver code which will call the addition or call the subtraction. Then Python silently ends. It will not give any error. There was no code, so Python ends. Okay. By the way, this file that we have created, you know, this file that we have created, this file is a module and this file can be imported. Can be imported. Okay. Look, last step to go. Huh? It is so easy, especially in Python, to create our own module. First step over. Now the last step. Last step is create one more Python file, that is .py file. .py file that will import my module .py. Let's see this. Just check this. Let's create one more file. Okay, name of the file is let's say trial. Okay, some name we have given, trial.py. Okay, fine. Look at the first line. Import my module. Don't write .py. Actual name of the entire module is my module.py. Extension is .py. But while writing the import statement, write only the first name, no extension. You will get error if you write extension. Import my module. Now what this line does, like our country imports, mainly oil from Arab countries, we are importing this entire module, means we are importing both the functions. Complete functions come inside my program. In short, whatever is there in that my module.py, will be indirectly there in our program trial.py. This is our new program. So trial.py now has both functions, addition and subtraction. Okay. Now we can call addition function or call subtraction function. Let's see how do you call it. Suppose I write z is equal to my module dot addition bracket 2,3 and then print z. Take your own time. Okay. Today I want to go slow. My module dot addition bracket 2,3. You may say, sir, you always go slow. Please increase your speed. But observe this. My module is the name of the module. We have written dot, and then we have written the name of the function which belongs to that module. And then we have passed the values of x and y, two parameters. So this function will be called, x will be 2, y will be 3, and function will return 2 plus 3, 5. So z will become 5 and z will be printed. The great thing in this whole story, is that this is entirely a new program, trial.py. And trial.py is able to call a function which is not in this file, but this function belongs to some other file. We import that file and then we easily call the function. So you may say, what's so great about that? It's something great, if this facility was not there, and suppose we wanted trial.py also requires addition function, then we will have to write the entire addition function here, def addition. If this facility import was not there, then we will have to write def addition, def subtraction, and then call those functions. And what if there was one more program in which we require addition and subtraction function? In that program also, we will have to again write. The classic thing about this is reusability. You write function and keep it in a file. So you have written two functions, addition and subtraction. You keep it in a separate file. MyModule.py is the file. Now in any program, you require those functions, then don't write them again. Don't define them again. Just import that module by writing import MyModule and then call the function. See how addition is called. Call the function using dot, and to the left of the dot, you write module name and properly pass parameters. Two parameters are there. So two parameters must be passed. Similarly, you can write y is equal to my module dot subtraction. Let's say 3,2. So we are calling subtraction function from that module, my module. Okay. Obviously, y will be 1. That's it. This is how you create your own module. Okay. Now think of the story like this. You are a trained Python programmer, an expert who has created a module on image processing. And you have defined two fantastic functions for image processing. And you have stored those fantastic image processing functions in module, something named as image processing.py. You created a module. And then you publish it on internet. Okay. You publish it on internet, and somebody, searches his or her requirement. I want to do so and so operation on images, how to do it. Then one of the suggestions Google will give is your module. And that person will then download your module. Download your module means this file will be downloaded. Oh, come on, simple download it is. Once that person gets your file, then he or she can create a new program where only the module has to be imported and that fantastic function can be called by that other programmer. Please try to understand, person who is using your module is also a programmer. Correct. But that person doesn't know how to do that image processing. You help that person. This is reusability. And we should always entertain this, encourage this. Okay. Now I will demonstrate this. So I will go to Python idle. More things are there. Just wait and watch. Okay. Idle. I'll just maximize this. All right. And now let's create a new file, Python file. What did we say? Def addition x comma y, first function. This returns x plus y. One function I have written. One more I will write, def subtraction x comma y. And then I'll write return x minus y. Two functions I have written. Okay. And now I will save this in our local folder only, in this folder, Python 313. I'll save this as my module. Okay. And extension will be .py. Check the title bar, my module.py. Let's do some crazy action. Let's run this. If you run this module, if you run this module, there is nothing to run. Because actually what Python always runs is the main code, what you have written. And that main code calls the function. Only then something runs. So if you run this, let's see what happens. See how Python ends silently. There was nothing to run. which program has got executed is my module.py. There was nothing. Then if there is nothing to run in this, why did you write it? You wrote this so that these two functions can be called from other program. This same program will not call these functions. These functions will be called from other program by importing this module. Okay. So I will close this. Done. My module.py is made. I am closing this. Let's open a new file. Maximized. Now I will write import my module. Okay. Let's call addition. Z is equal to addition 2, 3 and print Z. This will give error. This will give error. See, agreed, you are calling addition function, but purely addition function does not belong to this file. Addition function belongs to my module.py. So although you have imported, you should call the function as my module.addition. That's the correct way. Okay, I'll run this. I'll show the error. We will save this file in the same folder, Python 313, with the name trial.py. It already exists. I will overwrite it. Okay, trial.py. Now, when I run this, let's see what happens. It gives error. Error is due to this line. Z is equal to addition 2, 3. What it is saying? Name error. Name addition is not defined, it is saying. That means this function addition is not defined, it is saying. Then you will wonder, addition is defined in my module and we are importing it also. What happens when you call addition like this, Python will search this addition function, this function in this file. You should make it clear that this addition is coming from my module. So my module.addition is the correct way. Okay. So what this line should be, let's see. Z is equal to my module dot. Okay, dot. Oh, look at that. Are you impressed? Are you really impressed? We have imported my module. So permission is given. Import is like asking for permission. Now, when you write my module dot, what Python editor, our editor does, it displays all the functions which are there. Addition, subtraction. You can select one of them, addition, and then complete it. Addition bracket 2, 3. This proves, because of that pop-up, this proves that my module was available due to import. And then print Z. This is going to work now. See, the answer is 5. 2 plus 3. Similarly, we can call subtraction. We can call any function because we have imported the module. We can say y is equal to my module dot subtraction. You can either select it from the pop-up or directly type it. Subtraction 3, 2, or let's say 2, 3. This should return -1 and print y. So when I run this, two answers. This is due to addition. This is due to subtraction. So congratulations, you have created your own module, you have imported it, and you have called the functions of that module. Okay. Now, do you remember that there is a built-in module called math in Python? We have used it several times. We give import math. This is given by Python. We have not defined it. And like our module has two functions, addition, subtraction. This math module has several functions like sqrt for finding square root, ln for finding logarithm. Okay. Then abs for absolute value. Many functions are there. But you tell me, how do you call any function? Let's say we want p to become equal to sqrt of 25, let's say. How do you call? You have to write math.sqrt, module name dot function name, isn't it? Correct? That's what I am saying. If you want to call addition, you should write module name dot function name, like we used to call sqrt. Okay? Right. I'll just remove this line. This was just for you to understand. Just make a note of this. It is so easy, and steps also I hope you have understood. How do you create a module? First, create a file in which you will load the functions, call it some name, create another file where you will import and then call the functions. Okay? Now, just check. Whenever we had to call, I'll go to idle. Whenever we had to call our function, addition, then we have to write the name of the module, then dot. But name of the module, is very large. So while calling addition, we have to write my module dot addition. And then while calling subtraction, we have to write my module dot subtraction. What to do? Because that's the name of the module. Then Python, gives alternate grammar of imports. What you do is, you say, please import the entire module, so that if you import the entire module, you have rights, you have permissions to call any function from that module. But while importing, put as, let's say, Now what you are telling Python is that you want to import my module, entire module, but you as a programmer will call that module as a short and sweet name, So entire module is imported, but in your world or in your program, that module will be called as So you are helping yourselves. Now while calling addition, you will write that short and sweet name, dot addition. Similarly, here you will write dot subtraction. So you are helping yourselves by renaming that module in that program only. You can give any name. You could have given single letter also, M or P. Correct? Then you will write dot addition, dot subtraction, like that. I have given So what is this as written after import? Is just a short name. We call it as alias. Alias means another name given to someone. See, this also works, same as the previous code. You don't have to write big name of the module now. You have replaced it with small name. Same output will get 5 and 1. This proves that addition and subtraction functions were really called properly. So, our next point that we have gathered is import my module as Now, this is alias of original module. Now, Z is equal to dot addition can be called with shorter name. Okay. I hope that much material is enough for you. Similarly, subtraction also can be called. So I am sure all of you must have seen this line somewhere. Import pandas as PD, as PD. Huh. What is this PD? Just a short name. Is it that you should write this as PD only? No, authors write it as PD. You can write it maybe as PS. So you are renaming this pandas as PS. So everywhere you will write PS dot function name. So that function will be called from pandas module. Correct? So make sure you understood this as, and then what you write. This is just another name given, short name given. So when we imported math, import math, when we said, we did not write as because that would have been too much. Math was already a small name. Why to write import math as maybe MT or M? But that would be valid even if you rename it. If you say import math as M, let's say, then you can say Z is equal to M dot SQRT 25 instead of math dot SQRT 25. But anyway, math was such a small word, it would have been unnecessary to write as M or as MT or some short name. Okay, so this is the second grammar. First grammar stops here. Import my module. If you write this much, then you will have to write complete name, my module dot addition. If you want to help yourselves, you can continue giving alternate name. Then use that alternate name to call the function. Now, just to see, our module, my module dot py has two functions, correct? Two functions are addition and subtraction, correct? In this module, my module, which we are importing, it has two functions. Then import my module or import my module as any of this, either this or this, will import all the functions from my module dot py. You would say, sir, why you are writing this? We already know. Because import my module means everything from my module will be imported. So two functions are there. Both functions are imported. Correct? Suppose as a programmer, you want to import only addition function from my module. You don't want subtraction in your program. I repeat, let us say that my module has 8 functions. Instead of 2, it has 8 functions. And you don't want to import all 8 functions in your program. You want to be very clear that I want to use only this function. So please import only that particular function. Don't import entire module. Then there is third syntax. See, first two syntax we have seen, import the entire module or import the entire module as alias. In both cases, entire module gets imported. Okay. Now the third syntax. Suppose we want to import only addition function from my module dot py. This is our requirement. We don't want entire module. Okay. then the syntax of import will be, how to write import in such case? It will be from my module import addition. Just have a look at this. Check the grammar thoroughly. The statement doesn't start with import now. Statement starts with from, and after from, what do you write? Module name. This is module name. Then comes import, and after import comes function name. So is it very clear that now from this module, my module, only that function will be imported? Subtraction won't be imported. Okay? Just make a note of it. Let's go to trial.py. See this line. We don't want to import the entire module. So I am replacing this line with from my module, from the module name, import addition. All right. Now comes a twist. You see, till now I have been saying, if you want to call any function from that module, which module? My module, which we are importing. Whenever you want to call any function, you should write name of the module followed by full stop, period, then the name of the function. Correct? Like my module dot addition or dot addition, where was a duplicate name, alias. Now, when you are actually importing individual function, have patience, huh? When you are actually importing individual function like addition, in particular you have imported addition, then you need to call this as simply addition. No prefix, nothing before. And Python will understand that this addition is definitely from my module, because you have made it so clear that from this module name, I am importing this function. So now the call is very simple, addition, that's all. No module name dot, no module name dot, nothing, no prefix. Whereas if you give module name and then dot, suppose I give my module dot subtraction. Suppose I give this, I'll get error. First of all, I'll get error because subtraction is not there, na? Although it is there in my module, but I have not imported it. From my module, I have imported only addition. So I'll get error here. Let's see. Okay. I'll save this and run it. Just check. First line executed, 5. Do you observe the execution very clearly? First output 5 was given. That means this line was successful. Addition was called. Z was 5. Print Z printed 5. But this line is giving an error. Let's see what is the error. Name error. My module is not defined, it says. Oh, good Lord. My module is not defined because you have not imported my module. You have imported only addition function from that my module. Okay. What if you give only subtraction? Again, there will be an error. You don't have access to this function. You have imported only addition. See, 5 was printed, but it is giving error. Name subtraction is not defined. Where is subtraction? It doesn't know. This is how you import one single function. Okay. Just check this. What does this mean? From math, import sqrt. That means you are importing only this function from math. Now, if you want p to become square root of 25, that's it. Don't have to write math.sqrt. In fact, if you write math.sqrt like you did before, you will get an error. Because you have not imported entire module math, you have imported only SQRT, then the way to call the function is SQRT25. This correct function will be called from math. Okay, and then print P. I'll remove these lines because these lines are giving error, na? So I'll remove it. Subtraction anyway can't be called. Yes. So I'll save this and run. You can see 5 and 5.0. This 5.0 is the square root of 25. So just make sure you understood this grammar. How many grammars of import we have seen? First, you can write import module name. Then to call any function, you have to write complete module name dot function name. Complete module name dot function name. Second grammar, import module name as some alias. Then you have to write alias name dot function name. Alias name dot function name everywhere. The third grammar we saw is from module name, import one function. Then you simply call the function with its name. No prefix, no dot, no module name. Suppose we have a module, Pranav is asking, we have a module, my module, in which imagine there are 8 methods. And we want to import only 2 methods. That is multiple methods, but we don't want to import all methods. Out of 8 methods, imagine my module is having 8 functions. And out of 8 functions, we want to import only 2 functions. Then in this grammar, you can give comma and next function name you can give. Suppose you want to import 3 functions, then give the names of that function separated by comma. So from this module, only these functions will be imported. All functions will not be imported. That way, simple grammar. We wrote only addition because we were importing only addition function. Correct? Suppose we write from my module import addition comma subtraction, then both will be imported. Addition and subtraction. Then while calling the function, we will simply call it as addition, subtraction, no dot, no module name. Okay. Let's go to Python idle and I'll put comma subtraction. Yeah, Pranav says, okay, sir. Suppose I have written this line. From my module, import addition, subtraction. In this example, I am sorry. In this example, it is meaningless. Because if I want to import both addition and subtraction, then I could have simply said from, import my module. Because in a way, I am importing everything. Na? But anyway, take it for an example. So addition and subtraction, both functions I am importing. Now while calling, I should say only addition, or while calling subtraction, I should say only subtraction. 2, 3 and then print y. I'll save it and run it. You can see no error. 5 was the addition of 2 and 3, minus 1 is the subtraction of 2 and 3, and this was square root. So multiple functions can be imported using our third syntax. Just put comma and give function names. Okay. So I will now come to another problem, which can happen when we are importing a module, our own module. Imagine I'm writing it purposely. You may also update your notebooks. Imagine my module dot py. This file is this file is in another folder. Okay. Let's say folder is E drive. Inside E drive, it is there in some folder. Let's say module, I'll name the folder as a test. So there is a folder in E drive named as test, and in this test folder, my module.py is there. Okay. Now, and imagine our trial.py file bracket that is importing. This file is importing, isn't it? That is importing my module is in another folder. Folder is Python, I think 313, this folder. Think about this, first of all. Till now, the story was very, very good, pleasant story. That where was this file, mymodule.py? And where was this trial.py? In the same folder. Both were in this folder only, Python 313. Then both were able to locate each other very easily because they were in the same folder. But such a happy thing won't happen every time. Na? Just imagine your module, which contains addition and subtraction function, is in test folder of E drive. And your trial.py is on C drive. This is on C drive. Then your import statement will fail. Import statement, by default searches for the module in current folder. So if trial.py is shouting, trial.py is shouting, import my module, then that my module.py will be searched in the same folder in which trial.py is present. I hope you have understood. But now the situation is something different, that my module is in some other folder. So we'll first put ourselves in trouble. I am putting that my module.py in test folder. Yes? Okay. So where is File Explorer? Wait a minute. I will open File Explorer. Okay. Let's go to Python. First, let us go to that folder where that mymodule.py is currently stored. Users, I think it should be public. No, not here. Home. In home, I have, oops. This is quite difficult. Wait a minute. I'll do one thing. I'll search the path. I'll just say file and save as. And I'll click on this path here, okay? Oh, such a long path, huh? C, users, home, app data, local, programs, Python 313. In this folder, our file is there, mymodule.py. And I don't want it here. I don't want it. I want that module in E drive. Okay. So help me here. C, users, home, app data. This PC, C, users, home, where is app data? Oh, good Lord, app data is hidden. Okay, let's not indulge in this activity. Sorry, I'm changing my plan. Let's do some lazy work, huh? Otherwise, we will be going in operating system study. Let it be. Actually, app data is, I think, hidden. So we will have to unhide that. That is done by Windows for application security. So actually in home, there is app data folder, but it is not seen. If it is not seen, I will not be able to go to that mymodule.py. So I will have to do all sorts of things, right click, properties, and then I will have to unhide going to security. I don't want to do all that. Okay. My bad. I started this. Okay. Okay. What we will do is we'll create a module in eDrive and name it other than my module. Some other name we will give. We'll create a new module. Okay. So I'm closing all this, starting a new idle. First of all, I will go to File Explorer, eDrive. You can see eDrive. Here, I'll click New and create a folder. Name it as Test. So now eDrive is having a folder. eDrive is having a folder called Test. This folder. You can see. And this test folder is empty at the moment. Okay. Fine. Now I will start idle. Oh my God, what am I doing? Such a time I took. Okay. Never mind. Come back again. I am in idle shell. New file. Let's create a new file. Huh? I'm saying def. Let's say multiplication. Completely new module I am designing. X comma y. Return x into y. Then def division x comma y. Okay. Return x divided by y. Done. I am not writing main code. Are you following? I will import these functions, but I don't want to drive these functions in this program itself. Okay. So I'll save this. Now be careful. I'm not saving this in Python 313. Purposely, I'm not saving. But I will go to eDrive. In eDrive, I will search the test folder. I think I can just hit T button. Yeah. TCS. Yeah. Test. I will go to test folder. So I'm in eDrive test and now I am saving my module. And I will give module as name as one more module. You might see this as a very stupid name, but it's valid module name, right? Like my module, I have given the name as one more module. So you can see the name of the module is one more module.py. And this module has two methods, multiplication, division. And where is it, by the way? You can see the title, E:"test. It is in that folder, right? Okay, I'll close this. Module done. One more module.py. I will switch off this. Now, let us create a new file in which I am importing one more module. Done. So we think that our module is imported and two functions are there. So all the functions are imported. Let's test. Let's try to call them. Z is equal to, be careful, be careful. Call it by writing one more module, correct, dot multiplication 3, 4. If you didn't want this, then you could have written an alias as, let's say, some name like MM. So you could have named this as MM dot multiplication. Okay. And then I'll say print Z. Similarly, I'll write Y is equal to one more module, correct, dot. One more module dot division 4, 2 and then print Y. Okay. And now I am saving this. And I am saving this in Python 313. Remember, Python 313 is in C drive and my module is in E drive test folder. I'll save this as trial1.py. I don't want to disturb trial.py. That is also importing my module. So trial1.py, it already exists. I will overwrite it. Okay. Now time to run it. Let's see whether trial1.py is successful in importing one more module, which is there in E drive. Okay. When I run this, the error given will be right at this line, import one more module. It says module not found error. No module named one more module. It doesn't find this module. The question is, it has not found the module where? Where was it searching? Where was Python searching for this module? Python was searching for this module in that folder. Which folder? Python 313. Because this program, which is calling one more module, is in Python 313 folder. It will not go elsewhere and search. So this is not working. Correct? But what if we want it to work? Then we can give list of path. Check my words. List. It's not ordinary word, list data type I am saying. We can give list of path to Python and say, hello Python, whenever you want to search a module, you search this path, comma, that path, comma, that path, like that. How to do that? Okay, one thing is sure, this has not worked. So I'll come to the blackboard. Imagine trial.py that is importing my module. You can put one more module here because actual name is one more module. Is in another folder, C drive. Then import my module will result in error. We saw that. Okay. All of you, I hope, have noted down or have understood the problem. Now let us solve it. To solve this problem, we use sys module. This is an inbuilt module, built-in module. Like math is a built-in module, sys is a built-in module. To solve this problem, we use sys module, which is given by Python. Okay. Sys stands for system. So this module, is used whenever you want to do any system settings. Okay. And what we can do is we can do path setting. We can do path setting using sys module. Okay. We will be using this module. Now, I will add some lines over here and then we will discuss how the problem got solved. Okay. 15 more minutes. I think that is enough, sufficient for us. See, before we import one more module, you know that this is giving us trouble because one more module is somewhere else. What we will do is we'll first import sys because we want to use this module. Okay. And then we will write sys.append quote e : /test quote close, bracket close. Okay. And after that, we'll write import one more module. Now, magically, this error which was shown, see, what was the error? No such module found because path was different. Now I have made these changes using built-in module sys. I have appended this path. Okay, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake, sorry. Sys.path.append it is. Sys. path.append e:/test. First, let me run this and let us see whether this is working. Oh, yes, this is working. So it found one more module. That module is it found, although it was there in other folder, it was able to find it. It was able to call the function. This is the product, that is multiplication, and this is the division. So what really happened? Okay. To understand what really happened, what I will do is, I'll just remove this code. I'll put it on clipboard. Later on, we will see. See, this import sys means we are importing entire built-in module, system module. In sys module, there is sys.path. So I'll just remove this to explain this. What is sys.path? Sys.path is a list of all the possible paths that Python will search. Let us first print this. Print sys.path. It already has this path. Okay. I'll save this trial1.py and run it. Oh, look at that. Just take this square bracket very seriously. Square bracket open, square bracket close. Take this. Very seriously you take. What is this? List. Are you following? Because it is in square bracket, it is list. And what is this list containing? You see, C:\user home app data local program Python 313. And then comma is there. So this is first entry. What it means is Python will search for module in this folder because it is there in the path. Now observe the second. C:\users home app data local Python 313 zip. So it will search in that zip file also. Then third path is C users home app data program Python 313 DLLs, you observe. So it has one more folder, DLLs, dynamic link libraries, in which also it will search. So what happened, poor Python. When you said, hey, hello Python, import one more module. But that one more module was in E drive. Python, did all the hard work of searching one more module in all these folders written in the path. It was not found here. Okay, then it went to the next. It was not found here. Okay, it went to the next, till it came to the last site packages. Here also it did not get. It searched all the path. In none of the paths, it got one more module. So it gave an error, module not found. Tell me again, what is this? List. List of all the paths which Python searches. Are you understanding? Then when you print sys.path, the entire path gets printed. Okay. Now, what will happen if you write sys.path.append? Oh, back to the same square we are. Tell me what is path? What is path? Come on. What is path? It's a list. We saw that in the output. And append function is possible on the list. If you have a list, you can append something in the list. And what you are appending, you see, you are appending quote E:// right slash. Oh, good Lord, look at that. All the folders in E drive have appeared. But I will directly type test. You see test, then quote close bracket. Now, even this path is added in that path. Just check. Let's again print sys.path. Oh, this is going to be too interesting. You should see the first sys.path in the output and second sys.path in the output. Let's run this. See, from here to here is the first path, sys.path. Okay. And then after appending, this is the second. I'll just move this up. Okay. After appending, this is the second path. You can see equivalent test added there at the bottom there. That means now Python will search this path also. Okay. Now, if you write, after doing all this in your program, if you write import one more module, then what will happen? Python will first search this module in current folder. Is not there in the current folder. Then we'll go to the path. Search first path. No, not found. Second path. But ultimately, it will come to equivalent test. Ultimately, while searching the path, it will come to this path. And this path really contains one more module. Correct? Now, this is successful. So, if I say Z is equal to, I'll just copy paste this word. One more module dot, okay? Dot addition. No, I'm sorry, multiplication. Multiplication 4, 3. Let's try only this one and print Z. I'll save this and run this. Oh, good Lord, it worked. Look at that, 12. That means we were successful in telling Python that our module is not in Python 3.1.3, not in current folder, but it is in E:test. But to do this, we had to update the system. But first import sys. If you import sys, you have access to sys.path. Append your new path there, and then everything will work. What happens, when you make a module and publish it on internet, then the other person will import it, download it. From internet, other people will download. Then that module may go in downloads folder or somewhere else. Correct? Or who knows, it might be on network drive. It might be on shareable drive. Then you have to give that path to sys.path. So what was the solution? Let's go to Blackboard. What was the solution? To solve this problem, we will use sys module. Okay. Step 1, import sys. Step 2, sys.path.append, give the path E:/test. Now the third thing is import my module. Now this works. This works. I hope you understood all the things. That completes a complete circle of import statement and modules. Once you have understood this, how functions are there in the module, how we import it, now we will change gears. Now we will go to pandas module and we will go to matplotlib. All that things will start discovering. We don't want to linger a lot in Python. Okay. Because our course is about machine learning, data analysis, data science. And I think this is our 17th turn, I think we are meeting. Oh, anyway. So that's it for the day. I have called off this class now, 5 minutes to go. But anyway, that attendance or all that takes that much time. You can communicate with me on chat if you got something more to say. Maybe you feel that some point was missing. You want to learn that point. What is E:/test? Manoj Kumar asks. It's the path. E is the drive name. Windows has drive name C, D, E like that. Then colon is the separator. Then slash is one more separator to give the folder name. Okay.